All right, people, let's talk about you. What are we going to do? Get you to millionaire status? No, the corporation's millionaire status. I think the world's going crazy, all right? Go on social media. I'm rich, look at me. Please stop that. You see, if the IRS hears them say they're rich, they're going to get audited. Indicted a couple already so far, in prison a couple too. So let's play the game the way it was meant to be in the first place. Millionaire corporate structure. See, a corporation can get $1 million of structure, but its goal is simple. If we don't build a structure, it's going to fall apart. You see, a corporation, you got your name on it, Secretary of State's website, you're on the bank account. You're the only voice it has. So when they sue the corp, they sue you. That kind of sucks. So what do? Well, we get to have some fun today. We get to learn about everything else, and take a picture of that right now, please. I want you to think about something. I believe yesterday you drove by the Wendy's restaurant on the busy street. It's on the right-hand side, by the way. The left-hand side had the Jack in the Box. Now, I believe you haven't paid attention. What happens? You want to be an entrepreneur? Oh, goody, start your own business. Goody for you too. You got all these young kids with their baseball caps backwards, and half of them are conning people. But the reality is that's just you have to play it safe. You see that Wendy's restaurant, you could have owned 25% of it, the Jack in the Box. You should own a piece of something. That's what we're going to talk about today, auto income, what I created for me. All right, when I was 17 and a half years old, having some fun. Now let's play. Hopefully you took a picture of that too. I'd like you to take that picture and laminate it, all right, in color, and put it on your refrigerator, your desk at work, and your screensaver. You see, that's going to change your life. They called me the Godfather of Credit. Been on KNX Radio 49 years. Wow! Had my own radio show with George Putnam and all kinds of people. Been around a long time. But guess what we get to do? This is live. You got a question to do, type it out. In the beginning, I'll say don't take pictures or recording because you're wasting the camera? I'll bet you 90% of what's in your cell phone today, you don't pay attention at all. Maybe 99%. What do? I want you to write something down. I want you to understand what I did for me. Born in a taxi, used and abused as a kid, kind of sucks. So I wrote down when I was 12 and a half years old, see it, believe it, go get it. Everything I see, I go get. God opened the doors for me, and guess what? I got the first millionaire status, corporate structure, 14 and a half. First billion at 21. 2.6 billion at 26. Oh, that's a 2009, 3.7 billion. Just having fun, but none of it's my money because I'm not dumb enough to put anything in my name. There's me in 1981. Highest kick, fastest kick on planet Earth. I don't understand why ding-dongs say white men can't jump. That's only 13 feet. But I like goodies. You like goodies? See, goodies should not be owned by you because someone's always going to take it away. See, everybody hates someone who's got more than they do. They don't like the one who has a Lamborghini, a Ferrari, and a mansion too. They want to put them down. They're going to hate rich and famous people. Why don't people just shut up and join them? I like goodies. I like mansions too. So guess what we get to do? We get to go back to winning the game of business. 1976. I started my first corporation when I sent away $10. I didn't know anything. I'm just listening to a poker game, went to the library. $10, got a corporation. This credit came in the mail. Okay, no problem. When I invented Car Finder, I had a little trinket that made the horn beep when you went beep, beep, beep. That was kind of fun. Now, I've invented all kinds of the products over the years, and what did I do? When I basically wanted to show you how winning the game of business worked for me. Now I'm driving a Lamborghini. I'm building a mansion in Elligale, California. I'm going to Orange Coast College. And by the way, I was 16 years old. See, I didn't go to high school. It would have been a waste of my friggin' time. I got to skip all those grades. So winning the game of business is my first series, trying to help everybody like you, if you pay attention. Page 6, paragraph 3, cash flow, free up your time. All right, the American dream, financial freedom. Now, my next series I wanted to help people was very simple. I wanted to write books for dummies because I feel stupid when I do something new until I master it. But that was already taken. So I created the Millionaire's Founders Kit. That's right. 12 books, 12 CDs, and every month you master it again and again, and after every year, you have a millionaire structure. There you go. I named it the Blueprint for Success because Joanne, when I was in the 6th grade, told me about blueprinting, and that's what she talked about. She wired Apollo 9, 11, and 13. She was a national engineer, NASA. And I heard everything was built by a blueprint, so that's what I created, a Blueprint of Success. No problem. Now, for the kids of today, because I believe you all screwed up. I believe you've been screwing up because you don't know the rules and tools in the first place, and I believe you're playing the up and down show. What means that your credit goes up and down, so I stop. Because you didn't know what you're doing, and I call it the amateur hour, I'd like you to listen very carefully. I'd like to start your credit file for your children and everybody in high school and college, okay? All right, I'd like to start their credit file for them and understand why I'm the best one for it anyway, is I'm the guy that trained Ken Yarborough. He was security chief at TRW, Thomas Raymond Words, Bicycle Parts, the report's wrong, whatever you call Spirit in 96. Now, what did he do? I'm training him, having some fun. But the reality is what happens here about the credit file. On social media, I watched 4 people so far. You want to start your credit, you want to do this and that, blah, 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 blah. You need a Capital One secure card, wow. The answer is no. That'd be an inquiry. You're doing the opposite of what you're trying to do. My dashboard can usually pop a card from 1,000 to 5,000 with no credit at all. But again, it's going to be up to you. If you don't want me to do it for you, your children, the people in high school and college, get an Open Sky card. See, I'm going to give you all the information for free, help you, and offer to do it for you too. But it's up to you. I'm online 6 days a week, by the way. Open Sky, $200 on the card, spend $25. There you go. So let's understand. If you allow me to set up the credit file for the kids in high school and college, the next generation don't have to play the same stupid thing you did. Sorry, I think we all did stupid. See, all cards fluctuate, all of them, but 2. What you did to a $10,000 card, you jacked it up, got stuck, couldn't get any more. You brought the pain home to your family and you, and that's not acceptable, ever. So what you're going to do, oh, I had an emergency. Stop it. These cards don't fluctuate at all. Up to $100,000 to $1 million. So if you got an old blankety blank day, what card should you use? Should you jack it up and get stuck, or could you get these instead? See, it's a goal. The goal is the dream. Everybody talks about the American dream. And then all these people on social media, I want to be rich. First of all, they're not rich. That really pisses me off. A lot of them are my clients. See, their corporations might be rich, but they're not rich, because if they were rich, the IRS would get half of it anyway. So you got to understand, debt offsets taxes. So go back to the kids. I'd like to set up their file for them, and I'd like to even set up basically the first credit card. I'd like you to help them get this free download for themselves, or go to Amazon and get a copy for $10. There you go. You can call the office at 800-254-9506. I want to change the world before I die again. That's my ultimate goal. The NACB certified me as the #1 consultant worldwide. I'm the guy that said to Ken years and years ago, we should have the oldest credit card, and we should have every card fluctuate from the 25 to 29% rule. And that's what he did. See, all your dashboards out there say below 30%. And that's what it should be, between 25 to 30% always. You need to learn to balance your debt and quit bringing the pain home. You're the one who screwed up, nobody else but you. So understand something. All cards fluctuate but 2. And if we pull the right card out when we basically have an emergency, a loss of job this week, next week, or a year from now, we don't have to basically bring the pain home ever again. You brought the pain home because your lack of knowledge is what I call stupid. We're not stupid, but we all do stupid at some time. 750 score. So let's do what I did. I studied the Kennedys, the Hiltons, the Firestones, the Gettys, and the Fords. When I was a little kid, I got to be with Mrs. Hope, the she-devil from hell. I was born in a taxi on the way to Guardian Hospital. Mrs. Hope would drop me off the Redondo Beach Pier every morning at 6:30. She wrote down that window of her car. She said, "You're not here at 5 o'clock. I'm leaving there to die." Her eyes went red. She's the devil's wife anyway. I was 3.5 years old. I ran over to the pier. All right, stole off the pier, eating out of a trash can, and got caught. I thought the man was going to throw me to the sharks. But all he could say is, "Boy, take out the trash or I'll call the police." I became boy on that pier till I was 9.5 years old. Clean the chum bucket, do this, that. Go to their mansions on the weekend, shove a horse, and you know what. So I gathered magazines. See, Marina Del Rey, Torrance Rocks, Palace Rays, and Rat Beach, you can see from the Redondo Beach Pier. So I wanted to protect my assets. I wanted out of hell. See, I was motivated. Half of you are freaking lazy. Lazy. You want someone to hand you something, give you a free ride. Oh, goody. Oh, let's get you a magic wand. Mine's kind of broken. It's bent. Don't work. It don't work. See, you can go to all the motivational blah, blah, blah all day long and hear all those stories. Until you got a foundation, it's going to kick your assets anyway. Why don't we do what the Kennedys, the Hiltons, the Firestones, and the Gettys and Fords did? Let's learn to play. This is chapter 18. You might want to look it up. You might want to understand the corporation's a legal person. It's right there because Supreme Court said so. It says also may sue or be sued. Now, I'm 7.5 years old and I hear this with Mrs. Hope's poker game. Take a little notes in the corner. I rolled my bicycle down to the Torrance Police Department the next day. Library next door. Man, what does this mean? See, I got this weird brain that records everything people do. Freaked him out. Mrs. Hope said I was retarded because I could read the book out of my head. Didn't have to turn a page. Well, what did they do? The librarian walked away. She was rude. 5 minutes later, here's a microphone, here's a book. When I finally got the book, I'm looking for a blueprint. It didn't exist. Now let's watch. I want you to focus. A corporation's a legal what? It's right there. It's right there. Public record. Not here to be CPA attorney. I'm going to circle the bottom. Is not required to file a fictitious business name. Okay. When I was 9.5, I felt something was wrong there. I didn't know what it was. It's okay. So what did I do? Simple. I started a company. It cost me $10. I mailed it to cashier, or money order to the Secretary of State of California. It came back. It's a corporation. Okay. I didn't know if it was going to work. Hell, I'm guessing. I'm reading a book. I'm asking questions to grown-ups, and I find that they're all stupid. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Well, how do you do that? What do you do? All these silly people saying stupid things. We got $100,000 of credit cards in the mail. I was 9.5 friggin' years old. Mrs. Hope called Ted Turner that was at that poker game. What is he doing? Is he a crook? Simple. I had to explain to Ted Turner very slowly. When I was 9.5 years old, there's 26 ways you use an SS4. 26 ways. I just thought he was stupid. All right, basically that's just what I thought because he's acting stupid. He didn't know crap. He got lucky being Ted Turner Broadcasting. What can you do? Oh, well, I got named in the movie Dave. That was fun. Then I got basically sued. I got sued by the Braille Institution. I used the word Braille when I started the Orange County Blind Center. I'm 12.5 years old trying to figure out helping people. Never bring the pain home. You see, you can go to school and get PhDs and masters like I have and all that good stuff. Anybody can go to school, do the time, get the paper. Simple. You learn life by doing your life as it kicks your assets. That's how it works. Okay. Now the lie, the big lie. Everybody says your corporation protects you. Peekaboo, baloney. See, here's our problem. When Ken Yarbrough and I wrote a book called File Segregation, I didn't like it. I felt he wanted to fib and lie. He said, your division's ready, take too long. I can set up a corporation and division today and build credit tomorrow. That's not too long, is it? Or even for you. The lie is this. If you have a corporation and you get a car, the reality is the corporation owns the car, but you guaranteed it. You signed a lease of a building. Oh my goodness, what do you do? You signed for the credit card. There's several people on basically social media saying, you can bankrupt it and go get another one. I think that's RICO, racketeering, or wire fraud or something like that. I don't know. To me, that sounds like fraud. So let's understand something. We got a choice. You ready? We're going to go to the board. Can you go to the board with me? Can you write what I write? See, here's your problem. You like to be entertained. You go to those motivational things, go blah, 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 blah. And then you get to hear their story. By the third one, what about me? What about me? God gave us the hands and the eyes and the body and the ears to pay attention. When you write something down, it actually records in your brain. That's your tape recorder. So let's do what I want. Please, please, please. Let's write down the word you. Okay? You're a duck and a sheep. You might as well have a bullseye in you. Okay? You should have 3 divisions of you. So let's write it down, 3 divisions of you. We have to remember, you signed an SS5 form. Equals a SSN that equals a 1040 tax return. That's what you did. Now, you don't even know you signed an SS5 because you didn't pay attention. Now, if you didn't do it, that's because Nixon took the gold standard out in 1971 in August, which means that SS5 has to be filled out by the mama who just delivered a baby going, he, because now she can't take her baby out of the hospital because it's federally mandated, by the way. So here's what we got. And then you use that for credit purposes. Why would you do that? Because I would tell it to. No, you weren't. Every one of you, if you look at your Social Security card today, in the back of it says do not laminate, you don't use for ID purposes, and don't carry with you. It's not even your number. You're measured by your SSN, SS4, and your credit score, period, if you pay attention. Now here, we're going to write down, you ready? SS4, SS4, SS4. Maybe you don't know this, but the SS4 form public record shows the IRS created it as a universal form. People, corporations, and everything else, and entities. Remember the word entity, okay? If you would have created a line of defense for you, you would have had 3 chances to try. This one got screwed up, I got 2 more to go. But because your lack of knowledge is your stupidity, because you're not stupid, you did stupid, you didn't pay attention, but it's up to you. You see, now the next thing we're gonna do is go over to the corporation. You're gonna say, I got an LLC, right? Because they told me to get one, oh goody. I got an LLP, ooh. I got an S Corp, I got a C Corp, I got a nonprofit, or I got a PC, professional corp. You see, in the beginning, when you haven't made any money, nobody cares. You get all these people on this social media still going blah, 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 blah. Let's turn my baseball cap backwards and act like a genius. I don't like stupid. I really don't. I like to put them all on stage and challenge the crap out of all of them. I'm tired of seeing stupid. You see, it doesn't matter what type of corporation you have in the beginning. It just matters you have one because the Supreme Court said a corporation is a legal person. Then we can figure out about money, structure, and everything else. So what do we do next? Okay, let's do this. Why don't we understand Bank of America, B of A, Chase, Wells Fargo, US Bank, all these banks, they have these branches. The branches are corporations owned by corporation. They bankrupt each piece and take all the money, and they're doing tax balancing with the IRS. That's what they're doing. They're allowed to. They're doing it in front of you, and you're not paying attention. Chase Bank just announced they're going to basically bankrupt another 6,000 locations. Between Chase, US Bank, and all the other ones, okay, they're bankrupting all the time because they're allowed to. They don't need them anymore. If you don't need something anymore, you got to get stuck paying the lease for the building. You signed the lease. You don't need it? Too bad. You guaranteed it. You're a duck and a sheep. There you go. So what do we do? Let's see. If we can use our brains, there's a corporation, and we're going to have 9 divisions. Now, why 9 divisions? Well, A, I want to have $1 million of credit off one credit card. $1 million. I used to take my cat, Sam Reynolds the cat, to the Bonaventure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, to prove the fact that he had 9 lives because I built $1 million of credit for my cat. And I was on the Inc. magazine, the cover. Isn't that fun? You know, use plastic to finance your business. But let's understand what happens here, okay? Let's pretend you say you're an expert in real estate. Then tell me the assignment of mortgage. So I created the form in 87. Tell me a homestead blocker, UCC1 and chattel mortgage. If you're such an expert, tell me what I just said. You see, I challenge people because I think most people fully, you know what? Do. If you had 9 houses, that means you have 9 what? Liabilities with the bank and 9 for 9 tenants. So that equals, all right, literally 18 divisions, all right, and that's what your goal should be, okay? So let's create a line of defense because we're all going to have an old blankety blank day and it's going to kick our assets. That's just life. So let's turn around here and let's have 100,000 of credit to the corporation. Okay, 100,000. Let's daisy chain it per division. So I created daisy chain in the late 80s, and that means that equals to 1 million of credit. You see, you should have had your structure first, so you 87% that screwed up and went bankrupt shouldn't have done it in the first place. Almost 90% of businesses fail, and that's what they do all the time. So let's understand something. This is a management company. If your corporation has your name on it, I'll say that's stupid. If it says what it does, that's stupid. If it actually does business, that's triple stupid. Because you're letting the liability be to the corporation, which is going to be to you. If you would have built a line of defense, a division, You could bankrupt a piece like the bank or the city or the grocery store does. I mean, the United States of America incorporated 50 corps, states, and then cities. The IRS was so smart in government, federal government, they created a Chapter 9 bankruptcy for cities. They get to bankrupt the debt in front of you and stay in business. They've done it to 11 cities so far. I won't be surprised if Los Angeles files bankruptcy because you have idiots running it, and our governor's an idiot as well, in my opinion. He lost $30 billion last year for doing homeless. Where's the money from the concert that your wife and you did? Where's the money? Did the people from the fires get the money? It's kind of missing, peekaboo. Maybe he's got an LLC. So let's play my way for a while, okay? A corporation should only do 4 things, in my opinion. Do whatever you want. These are Ray's rules. First of all, we're going to get buffer tax. No taxes due on a corporation until we're profitable. No problem. Next, corporate credit's a write-off. So if we build corporate credit files on my dashboard since 1987, sets up dashboards. This is about 40 million. I got about 62 of this to play with. Okay. I've been collecting this since I was a kid for the fun of it. So corporate credit is a write-off. Okay. Corporate credit doesn't show up on personal file unless it's a Capital One Spark, because they haven't got their act together. We're going to challenge them maybe in court. What do? Buy a car at fleet price. Here's my problem. On social media, well, you got a car, you're going to only write off so much in the mileage and blah, 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 blah. I've never met someone stupid in my life. The car you have today, the only thing you want to do is change your registered owner to a division. That's it. Then you're going to trade the car into a company car, and it's going to be under a division and a tax ID and get the damn keys. Now you drive a company car and they write it all off. It had nothing to do with you. Why don't they just give you the damn solution versus the blah, blah, blah? But it's like the ones talking about debt. Just give them a copy of the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. Come on, give them the rules, the tools. But again, they want to keep you peekaboo guessing. Hotels, you get the free buffet. A division is a line of defense, so because you're going to have your assets kicked many times in your life, probably 1,000+ times. Your friends, some of your family members ripped you off. And you're trying something now to do it again, to do it right this time. Then your spouse, your wife's probably going, no, you tried it to work. And he's going to say, honey, I got to keep trying. As long as I'm trying, I'm not dying. If I'm not trying, I might as well be dead. That's how it feels. Multiple functions. To buy at wholesale price. Multiple credit reports. To separate liability. Here's our problem. If you're counting on, all right, 9 tenants, one slips and falls and sues the corp, they sue you. That's kind of silly and stupid. If we have 9 divisions and 9 lines of credit, we could do what the banks and grocery stores do. We could disconnect, isolate, incorporate, get rid of the bad piece, give the other pieces. See, when they said don't put all your eggs in one basket, I asked what you do, and they told me, the grown-ups are just stupid. So I had to create what is called division process in 1985-86. So let's create a line of defense, okay? Let's do what I need you to do because I'm going to get to the millionaire status for the corporation, not you, of course. We play my way. Would you like to be a millionaire? Simple. Yeah, I want to be a millionaire. Yeah, right. Don't worry, some of these, conventions and these motivational things, they'll ask you that question. You're going to go, yeah, let's go get the $1 million. And let's tell the IRS we own it. Like they're doing on all these social media. They're going to get audited again. 3 been in prison, 2 been audited twice. Maybe they should learn to shut up. See, a corporation, they're the puppet master. If it's your money, then you're taxed. If it's a corporation's money, it's not taxed till it's profitable. Isn't that the goal? Wouldn't that be the goal and the dream? What do we do? Okay. I don't want you to be a millionaire. Ever, 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 ever. I want you to have a corporation that's worth millions. I want you to have 18 divisions, 9 locations, and 9 lines of credit, period. I want to help your corporation get to millionaire status in the next 6 months or less. Now, I've done it in 90 days. When I was opening the show for American Stress Journal, I did it in 6 days. It's easy. If you do what you're told to do. There's me. I had 21 cars for the car collection at the time. 2.2 billion in real estate, having fun. Just having fun, playing the game. See, I was weird. If my suit was the color, I drove the car that matched the color. Then I wear the watch to match it, and basically the car would match the suit. That's how I did it all. Always, this match. I don't care about anything. I don't want to think about it. I just want to, whatever the suit color is, that's the color of the car I drove. That's what it was. It's kind of fun. Okay. Now that represents 1,013 divisions. I don't know who's going to slip, fall, and sue me and screw me up. I don't want it to be me. Take a picture now, please. Right there. There's your most important picture of your life. Right there. See, if you do what you're told, you're going to get $5,000 a month minimum. I'd like to get you up to 10. And if you hold on, like I did for my clients since 1987, because I coach them to this day, a lot of them, I'm going to get you 9 divisions so you can multiply it to $100,000 a month. I got to the point in 2006, 7, 8, 9, I'm doing $1 million a day. Just kind of having fun. I got info commercials all over the place. I got locations in Utah, Arizona, Texas, and California too. I was the second largest advertiser in California. 32 years, having fun. You take your picture? So what we're going to do is line you up, get you some lines of credit, and you're going to take that money and you're going to put it in escrow. I never want to touch your money. I got 2 clients out there that say, give me the money, I'll invest it for you. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, and you get what, $4,000? Hell no. I want you to get $5,000 a month and own a piece. I want to build a legacy for you and your family so when you die, your children take over the corporation, don't pay inheritance tax. We're going to play my way because your way sucks. We'll say that out loud. If you need shared office space, I don't do that. I do lease at 12 feet at a time, so it's not considered shared office space because your banks want a real address for your corporation. You might want to scan it and take a picture. Now, what do we do? Okay, I'd like to get you 2 of these cards, all right, because they don't fluctuate. Paid over time limit 100,000 plus and up to $1 million. Then I'd like to teach you the daisy chain. They'll give you 99 more cards. I think they're crazy, but that's okay. Let's play because some of you are lazy. And let's get you to where you need to go because some of you are not good for entrepreneurship because, all right, you're going to give up too easy. The 87% of business that failed gave up. They're quitters. They're losers. And they're not losers. They just gave up because they didn't want to keep going through the pain. Starting a business is the most difficult thing you do in your life. Being an entrepreneur, the world's going to kick your assets everywhere you turn. You better get ready to basically fight through the pain. If you look at American Express Platinum card, it says would you like 99 more cards? That's kind of stupid. That's kind of what? 99 more cards? I can turn that $100 million. If I got you 3, 6, or 10 cards, I can turn that into $1 million in 6 months or less. What would you do with $1 million? I want to buy a house in a car. Stop it. The only thing you do with money before you spend it is leverage it. Reference 3 times 5. Write it down. Reference 3 times 5. And you don't piss it away like you've been doing most of your life. Most of you have taken $50,000 to $100,000 in your life and you pissed it away. You act like you're rich. 3 divisions, 6 or basically or 6 or 10. These cards multiply. I'll daisy chain it for you. There's the fee if you want it. What do? Manageable debt, $100,000 of personal, $1 million for the corporation, auto income, and then we leverage money. We leverage money to get the honey. That's how it works. If we take corporate credit, all right, this stack over here, whatever stack it is, we use borrow money to buy the Wendy's, the Taco Bell, the Jack in the Box, the fourplex, the apartment complex. We make sure our positive cash flow pays down the debt. Now we've used borrow money to grow a business. That's what I've been doing for 49 years. Linda's nice and Dwayne, I work with her every day. She's texted me 3 times a day alone. My clients that I've been coaching since '86 have my cell phone, have my number, and I'm reachable at 6 days a week for them all the time. She took the Hyatt Hotel in Texas and converted it to the Blueprint Apartments, named it after me, no problem. But again, she started doing what? A $2,000 program. In 1986, cost her $26 a month because she put it on a card. She got in a program called Eagle's Nest that went worldwide. We get to have some fun. Okay. So take a picture of Linda here. She'll tell you I made her $1 million 5 times plus, and there's her husband too. We get to play the game. The project she has right now, she's playing with about $27 million a year. Now, if you and I bought an apartment complex, okay, here's what happens. I'm going to own them all. Then I'm going to give you money. Yeah, you're going to give me, All right, 4,200 bucks every 6 months if I'm lucky. There's the problem. When somebody acts like a billionaire, and their actually clients aren't billionaires, and they're actually, this is my bank account, it's not there, it's just the client's money, but I'm against all that crap. They turn into Ponzi. Maybe that's why he had some indictment crap and some lawsuits in the past, don't know. If you and I do it differently, this is what I do, even though he's a client. We're going to buy the apartment complex as a division. We're going to say, okay, now we have an income. I'm going to take the form that I created in 1988 called assignment of mortgage. I'm going to split deed these units, I don't care about assumable loans, and I'm going to turn that into $126,000 a month. Here's the thing. You're going to get a piece of the action because you own a percentage. You don't get what I do. I don't do it for you. We do it together. You got to build that legacy for your family. Every time you trust somebody with your money to invest for you, what happened? I believe most of it got screwed up, in my opinion. If you need $25,000 of credit today, okay, the office is going to charge you $2,500. If you did it online with me while I'm on a webinar, it's $9.99. If you Zelle, take 10% off of that. But if you don't do it, call the office later today and pay the normal price. If you need $100,000 of credit, usually it's at $8,000, it's $5,000. Now, if we want $100,000 of personal and business simultaneously as we build it for you, I'm going to give it to you very, very simple today. $4,000 for the first $100,000, $6,000 for the next $100,000, altogether $6,000 for $200,000 of credit as I build you up and away. But that is a price of Zelle, and there's your Zelle, now. And that's the opportunity while I'm online with you. If you don't do it while I'm online, then you call the office and pay normal price. The office phone number is right in front of you. It is 1-800-254-9506. Use a card, they will charge you 5% more. See, maybe you don't get it. I'm online 6 days a week or in person for the last 49 years, helping everybody I can. 50 million people I've analyzed so far. Maybe you'll check out my library, scan it, take a picture on Amazon. Some things you might want to get a copy of too. All right, why would you need a call with me? You don't. None of you need a call with me. Why would you want that? I mean, you're doing great. You got to millionaire and billionaire, right? Like I did? Do corporate structure? Oh, you didn't? How about if I log into your bank accounts with you or your credit cards and I turn them into $30,000 limits using my history and my dashboards? Just because it's fun. I do it for people all the time. Maybe you just want to ask some questions. So we get to play the game to win, but it's up to you again and again. So the goal for you, would you want a phone call with me? I'm $3,000 an hour and I'm basically $25,000 a day. The office sells my 15-minute phone calls for $500. If you wanted one right away, it's $3.99. Okay, if you did it through a Zelle right away with me. Okay, but if you don't, then you can call the office and pay the normal price. Now, here's my problem in '88. I had a big problem. I got $53 million of credit cards. They're shrinking my limits. Oh, what am I going to do? Well, what we had to do back then, go to the library. What I did is I found out under C-191D, a corporation can loan out money. I took my first matrix of 4.6 million, I dissected it in pieces, and I loaned it out. Not only did it make the credit grow, but it also gave me $190,000 a month. The notes behind that were $1.1 billion. That's just the first matrix. You got to see the other two. But again, it's up to you to play the game to win. Credit is a tool. We get to play the game to win. Done that since 1989, by the way. All right, so we get to play. What's the next thing? If you want a Subway, you want a Wendy's, a storage unit, fourplex or apartment complex, you'll need divisions and subdivisions, just like they do in the car dealership. But it's up to you again. If we play on a division, let's understand something. When I set up a division, I use my dashboard since 1987. I'm allowed to put a person's name, division, or corp there, and put tax ID, and I instantly have Experian, TransUnion, Equifax business reports. But I must put 2,000 of history, then I don't need a tax ID. I will not need tax ID till I ask for separate billing. All right, and I don't need that till I want to basically what? Separate bill the account. For instance, if I get you a card off one of my cards, it gives me the choice to use my history, and I don't believe in trade line crap. So my history allows me to get you a card off my card, but it also gives authorized user or separate billing. I always choose separate billing. So again, this way you get your own account for your corporate divisions or even you. A division is very simple. They're $1,000 each. 3 with credit or without credit, it's up to you. 9 or 12, there's what you got. Now today, if you did it today, because it's the last day, it's the first of the month, we just started our 4th quarter. Everything from here on out is going back to normal pricing. You'll wait till tomorrow and guess I'll just say you blew it. Here's 9 divisions for $9.99. It's a giveaway. There's no money in it for us. Okay, but again, auto income. 9, 18, 36, 72. That is the divisions I'd like you to think about today. If you Zelle, you save 10%. Use a card, they charge you 5% to use the card. You need 100 subdivisions, which you will for an apartment complex. Right now it's $4,000 for 100 of those. Now your corporation is going to need Dun & Bradstreet. Click here, take a picture, scan it, get the Dun & Bradstreet for your corporation. Very simple. Analytical 750 is going to help you with that every step of the way. All right, what happens is there's your Zelle, and I'm going to say now. Open and go. I'll call the office right away at 800-254-9506. There's the goal. What do we do? It's nice watching clients out there because I've been doing this for 49 years, all using my books and all kinds of good stuff. That's fine. But again, I don't like it when they say credit repair. You see, in Webster's dictionary, it's not broken, so you can't repair it. The next thing is they're breaking the federal law. It says they're allowed to do credit repair, unless they're a nonprofit, a 501c3, and I got that as well. But again, I don't do credit repair. So be careful then. The other ones that keep going, I'm rich, how rich are you? That scares me. Maybe that's why the 3 came out of prison and 2 got indicted, I don't know. I wouldn't say I'm rich to the IRS, that's dangerous. I might have a rich corporation, I'm a puppet master, but I'm not rich. They keep saying they're rich. So what do we do? Here's our problem. Today you lost your job. Oh crap! What do we do? Can't find a job next week. 8 months from now, oh crap! I can't pay my house payment. I gotta feed my kids and my wife too. What am I gonna do? Simple. You're gonna go crap. And that's what happens. See, you jacked up the wrong card. Bad time doesn't last forever. It's 3 months, 6 months, maybe a year at the most. What do we do? Well, first of all, we have to analyze the credit. If we take everybody's credit file and we analyze, I guarantee 150 points in 90 days, and 90 days, and 90 days, and 90 days. You see, the graph on the dashboards is your heartbeat. You control the up and down show. And because your lack of knowledge is your stupidity, and you're not stupid, you follow stupid, you bring the pain home. If I put a rapid rescore in place today, now, and look at rapid score and rapid refresh, I created it 47 years ago, Harold Stokes and Ken Yarborough, what do we get to do? If we make our cards at 29% or below, to 25%, with a rapid at the same time, your score will go to 770. These are the cards you want to use if you want to jack it up. They don't fluctuate, they never report, and they don't bring down the pain. What do we do? 100,000 of personal credit. The way I designed it for me is 100,000 of personal credit, $29,000 utilization, leaves you 71,000 of safety for that, oh, you know what, crappy day. Why? It's simple. Because I have to get through the time to feed my wife and my kids. And if I bring my score down, I can't get any more. That makes no sense. So the corporation with 18 divisions would make sense. Divisions of me would make sense. The banks and grocery stores do it as well. Your goal is to figure out what do you want to do. If I get you 100,000 of credit here, would you like 9 more? Would you like 150 times 9 more? Again, it's up to you. I can help you build all of that so you can get what I call auto income. So we get to play. My first storage unit years ago, all right, Dr. Robert Solty's ex-father-in-law got a piece, and I got a piece, and our piece was $17,350. Corporation absorbed the money, didn't pay tax, yet I'll set the taxes. What do we do? What you did, I believe, is you sit at the kitchen table with your friends and family, and you're going to have an idea for a business. Honey, we're going to jack up the cards. We're going to drop the score, get stuck, can't get any more. We're going to hawk the house. We're going to basically bring the pain to you and me, and we're going to be stupid. Well, that's what you did. Your lack of knowledge, and I've been teaching and preaching for 49 years, where you been? Where have you been? If you would have known, don't jack these up, this is the card for emergency, jack it up to 100,000, you would have probably listened. But the problem is you brought the pain home. So now I got to get you out of that situation you put yourself into. So what do? I lost my job, I got 2 kids to feed. Well, let's see if it's true. Let's see. If he has 2 kids and lost his job, that means he lives at mom's, he has his apartment or house. Why don't you drive Uber, Lyft, and DoorDash and go to the church for the food? But he's a liar. That sign gets him $210 a day, free without working. Show up here, I'll put your butt on the phone and put you to work. He's a liar. He's wearing his jammies. See, some people need help and other people just milk the system. But again, what do? I just talk about me. Corporations worth $3.7 billion. Nobody cared. I had people hate me. I had 3 yachts in my backyard and with a helicopter on it too. I got 21 cars, car collection, having fun. Belonged to the corporation, of course. We took one of my yachts out on July 4, 2009. 72 people. My wife wanted to watch the fireworks with a group of people. Middle yacht, no problem. Why not? Someone had a virus. I get to die and come back broke because someone stole all my, you know what? 3 divisions of me, 5 closet divisions. I built $1 million of credit in 6 weeks. Bought my wife her next dream house. Why don't you plan the problem? You're not prepared when the world kicks your assets. I'm prepared. That's why I wrote that system and created it in 1976 when I was 16 years old, called Winning the Game of Business. Plan the problem. You're going to get your assets kicked. Be prepared for your family. Be man up, woman up. Federal Trade says credit repair is a fraud. Credit Repair Organization Act, okay, no problem. But again, what you should do, why don't you just take and screen this here and take a picture? Get the book they're all using anyway. I wrote it over 40 years ago. It's called Winning the Credit Game. Simple. They're all using the letters to the creditors and credit bureaus anyway and all the rules and tools. It's a free download. There you go. Got it so far? Now, there's people on the social media, well, if the debt consolidation, you get these calls, stop. Just give them a copy of the Fair Debt Collections Practices Act and let them read it. You probably need debt crisis intervention. Years ago, credit bureaus had all consumer credit counseling. All right, negotiating under nonprofit. That was one of my companies. See, going through a comma and pandemic slowed me down a little bit. So why don't you get a copy of that so you have the rules and tools and you'll know what you're allowed to say and do. Analytical 750. Why? They have a Aspirin, all right, which Credit Karma does not. Credit Karma should be fired flat out. They have no phone number to help you. They don't have a Aspirin, which Chase Bank wants and most of your banks do. So take a picture, scan it, sign up today. Very simple. Because what's going to happen is I need a Aspirin to get a Chase Freedom or Ink cards. So they're going to call you every 46 days. You're going to pay them $25 a month. You will not need LifeLock anymore, even though they got indicted 6 times, because Analytical has a $2 million bond as well. The other thing, part of their app is they have Dun & Bradstreet, Aspirin, Trentino, and Equifax to help you up and away is that too. So I'd say today, scan it, sign up right away, so then they can help you every 46 days too. It's up to you. Now, the goal for me is to repackage it like Humpty Dumpty. That's what I like to really do. So what do? Today, if you would have registered anybody you know in your life, 10 people or more, into HubSpot, and you had them ever buy with or without you, what they get to do is when they're tagged to you, you get 10%. Would you like a Zelle for $1,000? Would you like store credit or would you like a check? You see, you can make a friend make a buck. Take a picture. Understand, you get a commission too. You become an affiliate. Here are 12 classes that I put in rotation. Okay, so between the 11 and 12 classes in rotation every other week. We did tax balancing last week. We did leverage of money this week. You see, I've been doing these classes literally for 49 years on Saturdays and sometimes on Fridays. So you might want to attend some of my classes. If you do like I did as a kid, they go, well, how you doing, little boy? They all knew what was going on in my life, being used and abused. Nobody cared. My response then is the same response I give to everybody today. It's always good. Always good. Thank you, Jesus. I don't let someone steal my mindset. Very simple. If you like anything I say today, you heard me before, take a picture, Google me. Okay? Add a review. Please add a review. You see, until they change the law, okay, the problem is these 13 people giving me a bad time out there. Robert and this guy on social media, they're kicking their assets. Liars are getting sued for $100 million now. I don't like liars. It sucks. 2 attorneys are getting disbarred because I give corps for free and they don't like it. They sell for $5,000. So the bottom line is simple. Do not write a bad review if it's a lie. I help people 6 days a week. If the devil showed up here, I'd help him too. The only people that ever screw up is, if you screw up, blame you. If you jack up a car during the program, if you apply and crash or wrap or rescore, you screwed it up. I'm going to charge you a fee. You want to blame me? Write a bad review. All right? I'm going to sue you for $100 million and squish you like a bug. I hate liars. That's just me. So what are we going to do? I'm going to make you a puppet master if they're ones that are serious. See, out of all these people today, only 10 of you are serious. The rest are basically half sorry, lazy. You want a free ride? Ooh, goody. Let me get my magic wand out. Woo! Aren't you tired of listening to somebody else's story? Even mine sometimes. If you don't get rules and tools, it's just a bunch of crap, in my opinion. But again, that's just me giving my opinion. I'd like to teach you to become a puppet master. That means we're going to do boring and steady, which I've been teaching for 49 years. We're going to have our 9 divisions, 9 locations, 9 lines of credit, and we're going to go get some money. And I'm going to hold your hand while I put you in escrow. You will put the money in escrow from the line of credit I build you and help you with every step of the way. You will not steal from your family ever again, and you'll build a legacy. I never want that money in escrow. Don't you ever give it to me, ever. I don't want it to be like a Ponzi like these others out there as a Ponzi's. It's going to blow up in 2 of their faces right away again. Take your picture. You should be getting $5,000 a month auto income, period. You should enhance your income or replace it after you have your 3rd location of something. Your problem is you. So far, what you've done, I think, sucks. You brought the pain home because of your lack of knowledge, and you've pissed away thousands of dollars on other crap that didn't work. My crap actually works real good, and you're stuck with me. But again, you get to play my way. So I'm going to blueprint you. Thanks to Joanne, I learned about blueprints as a little boy in the 6th grade. So everything about me is a blueprint. So the blueprint of success, I have to remind Tony, you can't use that, I own it. Okay, it's mine. Okay, gonna get sued again? Past, present, and future. I love Tony, he's got great motivation. But where's the tools and rules and foundation? Blah, 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 only lasts an hour or 2. Past, present, and future. Good, bad, ugly. You had a tax lien, you got a bankruptcy. Do you ever screw up American Express and Chase? I need to know. Family, kids, corporation. Divisions, 18. Irrevocable trust, planning to die. Division is for the car. And then from there, the house is the trust. Auto income and cash flow fee per time. So I had to let Mr. Kiyosaki know, you can't use it. It's in my book in 1976. But again, people like to steal your goodies all the time. What can you say? So what do? It's $2,000 for a blueprint call with you and your partner of life. If you want it today and you did it while I'm online, it's $9.99. If not, you blew it. Pay the $2,000 price, call the office when I'm done. Simple. I like that. If you Zelle, you save 10%. If you partner with me, you get to win and get it for free. But again, it's up to you. 1984, I got this letter in the mail. It's like freaking me out. What do I do? What do I do? It says I have to pay $800 to $1,000 per corporation for franchise tax fee in California. Oh, blankety blank. I own Shakey's through corporation structures. I have 31 flavors. I got Subways. I got donut stores. I got shopping centers. I got condos. I'm now going to have to spend $1.2 million this franchise tax fee. This is ridiculous. No, thank you. But I have no choice. So I go to Sacramento and I ask a basic question. Can I create an entity under the corporation, so it's under the umbrella, it doesn't have to pay a franchise tax fee? Create a form or modify one, and that's what happened. This form in 84 said husband, wife, and partner. But again, now it has all the changes to it. Your corporation will have basically a division and be 4A. One of my corporations will be number 4. I tend to put 3 people plus me in every program. You're in escrow, we're not partners at all. I partnered up, showed you how to do this and did it with you or for you, did all the work while you sit there going, me, it's about it. Get you where you need to be a long time ago. So we're gonna have a B and a C. We're gonna share a $20,000 expense to $30,000 to $40,000, if not more. We wanna make sure you get $5,000 a month to your corporation division. And don't worry, your division's on the same bank account because I sued them in 96 and won. All your divisions on the same account to get average balance of money. So since 1987, we get to play my way. What does it mean? If you partner with me, which means I'm gonna coach you for a year, every 3 weeks, and gonna line you up. And when you get the lines of credit, you're gonna get into escrow yourself with $25,000 or whatever we get you, whatever you wanna put in there. The goal is for 12 months, if you need $200,000 of credit, use the $8,000 of the discount from the office, no problem. A blueprint call, all right, and 12 months of coaching. What do? It's normally $27,000. There you go. Now, if you did it today, it's $20,000. You save some money. There you go. If you don't need the credit and all the goodies, let's just get you to an escrow because you don't need those pieces. Or you want little pieces at a time, no problem. The goal is winning the game of business. I have 2 openings and then I'm sold out for the year. And next year I'm not going to do any of this because I'm basically going to go on a business trip. My junior and senior coaches will help you next year. Okay, it's very simple. But again, it's going to be up to you. Get you in an escrow right away. One of the gifts that you get with me is if we need a bank account to show we have money coming in and out, when we partner up in an agreement and you pay for that process, we can use my account to show hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars going in and out. It's kind of fun. So if we want to use the Ray Reynolds University nonprofit, which I'm standing in today, no problem too. We get to play the game to win. So if you want someone to help you in your business, I'll coach your business, no problem. 3 months, 6 months, 12 months as well. The specialist will actually customize something for you as well, no problem at all. Again, it's up to you. If you want to think about a blueprint loan, I'm going to tell you, look at the SPART, basically, the Platinum American Express. The dashboard's going to offer you 99 more cards. It's kind of crazy. Well, let's take those 99 cards and get 9 of them at least for our division process. If we do this correctly, all right, they're going to give you a blueprint loan up to $250,000. But again, David got $240,000, Kerry got $210,000. This is the money you would put into a franchise or a piece of something. You write a check, you close an escrow, you maintain the payment, now you get the leftover, which is usually a little over $5,000 a month. Is that okay? Once we get past the first 1 or 2, as you enhance your income, maybe you can replace it completely. So here's the blueprint loan. They tend to want $100,000 in and out of your bank account on a monthly basis, and they want to see about 30 transactions. If you have it, I'll guide you to do every step of the way. If you need to tag in with me to do it for you, with you, I will. I normally charge you $5,000 to do that. If I get you that $250,000, I'm going to charge you 10% of the back end, but I don't charge that to you until we close an escrow. I don't want to set you up for a debt. So if you wanted to use that today and tie into that my accounts with you, all right, instead of the $5,000, it's $19.99. That is a Zelle. If it's not Zelle, then forget it. Call the office and pay the $5. If you want a fast track, which means I'm going to take one of my corps and build a card under that and open that gateway at the same time, that's going to get 2 blueprint loans. Is it easy? It's a pain in the asset. It's always been a pain in the ass. Nothing's easy. If you want easy, it doesn't exist. Sorry. So the reality is if you wanted a fast track, we could do that as well. Instead of the $5, it's $29.99 for fast track. If you have any questions, there's my Vice President Santos' his direct line at 951-289-4791. Again, it's up to you. The goal is a Zelle, now, of course. All right, or call the office at 800-254-9506. Our ultimate goal for every one of you is to understand something. I believe you're disappointed. I believe you're 35 to 75 years old. I believe your friends and family, somebody might have ripped you off. And it's hard enough to try to do something new. You're stuck with me up to 6 days a week in classes on Friday and Saturday. I will hold your hand. I've done this for 50 million people so far. And I won't let you go till we get you to $5,000 a month, minimum. If you're in a partnership, we play this game. But look beyond that curtain every step of the way. I'm going to tell you to always remember to stay safe and strong. Do our best while Jesus does the rest. Amen to that too. So right now, I tell you flat out, you got 10 minutes to call the office and they'll honor the same price that I gave. After that, then they go back to normal pricing. 800-254-9506. We got to do our best always as God does the rest. And never forget at the end of the day. Very simple. God loves us all.